best, so let's go.
Cheers, everyone. Welcome to Texas on Tap, another round of looking at music. I'm Miss Helen along with producer Kyle. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good, good, good. After many weeks without my trusty headset, it has reappeared and resurfaced, and
Oh,
hopefully my
yeah.
audio is going to be back to normal.
You do have your headset back. I see. I never missed it. I wish I could get rid of this.
Yeah, I mean yours has been sounding good though with your new mic and stuff. I had misplaced this in my move and thought it was gone forever, but I actually found it this week, so I was excited
Well,
about that.
okay. That's nice. That's wonderful.
Oh yeah,
Okay. So, ready to jump into some music?
yeah, you kick it off.
Okay, I'll do that. All right, so let's talk about some new music to radio. Marshall has a new single out. It's called The Working Kind. We've talked about Marshall here on the podcast before. He's had a couple of other singles. He plays a lot of shows. He's a hardworking artist, but this is called The Working Kind, and basically it talks about hardworking hands with the calluses and how your boots and get wore out and they get mud on them, but those calloused hands like to hold your hands. The boots will always stand strong, and I like how at the end it ties it all into, and that's our love. Our love is like the working kind.
Mm,
So it's tough and it can withstand a lot. So check that one out from Marshall. It's out to radio. Just dropped to radio. Oh my gosh, what can I say? Here we go. Chad Cook Band with Amanda Kate Ferris. The name of the song is Same Place Twice. And so it's kind of like who says a burned out flame can't reignite. It's that second chance kind of thing. They're back at the bar where they met before, took some time apart. But I'm telling you, those two voices combined, and I love Chad's voice anyway.
hmm.
But to me, Kyle, I don't know. I just kept listening and listening to this song over and over. The production is just so perfect. The whole
Yeah.
mix on it, their voices, all the everything coming together. It is drop the mic. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful masterpiece. So congratulations to them on such a successful single project on that. It's beautiful. And by the way, you can pre-save the link now. It drops to streaming on October 6th. Again, Chad Cook Band, Amanda Kate Ferris. The name of the song is Same Place Twice. So get
Yeah.
ready to be blown away by that one. So right now tune into your local radio station because I'm sure they're going to be playing a lot of that song. All right, tap room now. Let's open it up for Zach Neal till the numbers run out. Wow, way to go, Zach Neal, till the numbers run
Yeah.
out. I absolutely love that. I mean, there's a deep meaning to it, but it's that upbeat kind of love song and storytelling when it comes
Mm,
to that kind of serious stuff. I like it kind of more upbeat like that. But actually, I was reading the backstory on this, and he was inspired to write this song till the numbers run out based on a post he saw on social media or something that got sent to him through social media. It
mm.
has to do with social media, like till the numbers run out. I love you till the numbers run out. Whatever. We'll have to get Zach on. It's time to catch
Yeah,
up with
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Or
It's
when
been a
I
while.
see him, I'm going to ask him. Like I know we'll be seeing him in the next couple of months in November, but oh my gosh, Zach, way to go. Great song. He's an amazing person, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it seems like he was kind of trying some new things, like even with his voice, the way he was singing some stuff and phrasing, it was fresh for him. So that was cool after, not hearing anything from him for a little while. So
Yeah, since all the pretty horses.
yeah. Okay, well let's keep the tap room doors open and we'll keep it going with the love songs. Our friend Graycie York just released a brand new song last night to streaming. It's called Fine and Dandy. Man, it's so cool what she's doing. I mean, I'm gonna geek out on the production here. The song is great, and like I said, or like she said, it's her first ever love song. And she told us when we had her on the pod a couple months ago that she's in a really happy place in life, so it makes
Mhm.
sense that she'd be writing a song like this for the first time. But the cool thing about this tune is the chord progression for me, and how it's still got this kind of like eerie, a little bit tense feeling to it. Where for me, it's like it almost signified like, oh, she's happy, but she's still like, a little bit maybe reserved or like
Mhm.
being cautious, which I'm sure that's not the case at all. But I just love how music can do that. Like just
Exactly.
the placement
Yes,
of one
yes.
chord can give the song this whole feel where it's like, okay, like I'm happy and like I'm putting myself out there, but I'm also like just being a little
Mhm.
cautious. So super cool. The lead guitar, I like how it was kind of like tucked and buried, but he was just like kind of jamming, having fun. It was really raw. And then in the chorus, they did, instead of like the typical higher harmonies, there were low harmonies, and I just thought that was a nice production element. So good stuff from Graycie, fine and dandy, out and out of streaming. And then next up, let's talk about Neal McCoy. This one was interesting. I saw it come across whenever Smith Music sent their upcoming releases, and he covered for the first time for everything. Which as you mentioned, Helen, I thought I had recognized it, but I didn't know right away. But this is like I guess the debut Little Texas song, like right whenever they came out in like early 90s, 91, 92, something like that.
Yeah, that was my days. That was my people. Little
Yeah.
Texas, Neal McCoy, McBride and the Ride,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like I love this stuff. And that's like the second cover song for Little Texas song because the
Yep.
guys all got together, all the
Yep.
Texas guys. We talked about the project with God Bless Texas. And so here comes Neal McCoy, first time for everything. Such a
Hmm.
great song.
And he did it great. I wonder if the other thing that we covered, the old God Bless Texas remake, inspired him to do this, or if it was already something he was working on.
That's what I
Um,
was wondering. I
but
was wondering the same thing.
it was great. Like they did justice to the original recording, but there was like nice fresh tones to it. The piano solo towards the end was really cool and clean.
Hmm.
And Neal's voice just sounded awesome. Not that I was surprised. It was just nice to hear him singing and belting it. So that was cool. And then, last but not least, this week, going back, Lane Smith. We spent a lot of last year talking about Lane Smith and pretty much every song he released. So it's been a minute, but not that long since he's released stuff. And this is a big one for him. And it's his new song out to streaming today called Austin. I love how all of his songs have this like dramatic feel to them. It's like you're driving down a busy highway at night kind of vibe. And
Yes.
then it's always got these crazy pinnacle moments and stuff, and they just build and then drop down, and it's like a roller coaster ride almost throughout the song. But uh, on this song, Austin, it's like his voice. He just took it up to another level. His vocals, his ability, the way they sound in the mix. It's almost like, and I mean this only as a compliment, but it's like he's like the next pop star, like in hiding or like working his way up. Like he
Hmm.
just, something about the way his voice sounded in this tune was just like, dude, like he's gonna be huge. And like I said, I was obsessed last year. All the songs he put out on that EP were just so good. I think I called him the hook master or something like that because he just has a way with making those choruses so catchy and unforgettable. So just another one for the armory for Lane Smith. So check that one out.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent song. Okay, so time to look at the charts to talk about more than music creations and the
Yeah, yeah,
jewelry. So I
yeah.
wonder, raise your hand if you got some jewelry yet. Yeah, anyway. So they take well, you should. Take the guitar strings from your favorite Texas artist and just make wonderful creations. That's what's called more than music creations.
Yep.
But I love their pieces and they're coming out with more and more designs and just getting so creative with all of the artists and all the lines. But you can go on their website, morethanmusiccreations.com, and just scroll through and look at everything. Plus, we have a Texas Toast line as well.
Yep, and it's getting closer to that time of year where you can start getting gifts and stuff. And I'm sure if you keep an eye on their page, they'll probably have some kind of deals going on, and we'll have our merch store up very soon. We're working out all the final details with distributors and all that stuff. But yeah, like Helen's got her Texas Toast hat on, we'll have that on there and some T-shirts and our jewelry collab with More Than Music. But yeah, keep an eye on their website and grab your Texas country fan in your life some jewelry as a nice little Christmas gift or something.
It really is a great thing. It's like you need to get that stuff. Everybody gotta get it. Okay, so
Yeah.
looking at the Texas country music chart for this week, number 5 this week. We always look at the top 5.
Mhm.
It's Randy Rogers Band. Know that by now. Cody Johnson's The Painter is at number 4. Turnpike Troubadours, Chip and Mill is at number 3. Cody Canada and The Departed again is at number 2. And Mike Ryan took the number 1 spot
Hey,
on this
cool.
chart with Loser. Yeah, great song. We talked about that one when it came out.
Hmm.
And yeah, so let's see. Texas Regional Radio Report. Number 5. Know that by now. Randy Rogers Band. Love and Chaos. Come back to bed. They're at number 4. Here with you. James Lands at number 3. We Ain't the Only Ones falls in at number 2. And Mike Ryan's number 1 on this chart as well with Loser and
Dang.
CD Extraction, Texas. Number 5 is the Randy Rogers Band. Know that by now. Cody Johnson's The Painter is at 4. Mike Ryan's Loser is at 3. Turnpike Troubadours Chip and Mill is at number 2. And still, again, this week, we ain't the only ones. Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen at number 1 on that chart. So got some music looked at, got the charts looked at. Baseball is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a statistician person, but this whole thing going on with the Astros has got me totally confused. So I'm just sitting back and just saying, just please win.
Well, I
I
was
don't
gonna
know
say
what to do
fill me
anymore.
in on what's going on because I haven't been staying in touch, but I get the little Bleacher Report updates, and it looks like they're losing all the
Yeah.
games.
Well, they went on a run. They were winning. It was like I want to say I was listening to a report yesterday, like about 2 weeks ago. It was 98% that we would be in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Now the numbers, the stats have went so far down, but Rangers are in first place. But it's this whole wild card thing. It's not really having to do with our division. I'm a little confused this year because
So we're
I'm
not
like you.
leading the division anymore, though.
No, we are behind the Rangers like 2.5 games, but
Oh
we were
well,
all so close. Did you know how close that we were like a
yeah.
few weeks, like
Well,
a couple
everybody
weeks?
was right, like 3 or 4 teams. No,
Yes, in our division. Our
right,
division. Yes,
right.
our division, crazy. Like there was a tie for second place, and like Astros were a half game ahead.
Hmm.
And then we made a run and we got into first place. And then I did kind of lose track of some of the stuff that happened when well, what happened was Seattle and Texas had like 6 games against each other.
Hmm.
Like
I
the
saw that.
last games of the season was like them two fighting it out. So we played Seattle last night. We won. It was dramatic. It was so I don't know. I'm just in it for the ride. I'm just riding along because I
So how?
can't even tell you, Kyle. I can't tell you. I don't know what's gonna happen. Nobody knows.
You
It's
don't even
probably
know
gonna
if we're
come
in the
down.
playoffs? We
I
don't
don't
know
even know if
yet.
we're in the wild cards. I have no idea.
What?
Nobody knows.
Wow,
It's too dang close.
that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna have to
So
look into that.
what they have to do is win. So they're fixing to go into a series with the Diamondbacks, and
Hmm. The Diamondbacks are
I
good
don't
this year, right?
I and yeah, they're good, but the Dodgers are better. The Diamondbacks are
Mm.
14 games in second place behind the Dodgers.
Oh,
That's
well,
just
yeah,
how many games the National League has been playing some
yeah,
ball this year.
yeah.
They Yeah, so it's just going to be interesting. I just love baseball, and of course, my heart's with the Astros. But this whole thing going down in our division is I have never seen anything like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. That's cool. It's like
Yeah,
exciting because normally it's just, maybe one competitor for the Stros, or at least for the last, 5 to 8 years or whatever. So that's cool that it's all neck and
yeah.
neck.
But it's almost like you can. It's so close now. It's almost like you could go ahead and you could secure a wild card spot, and then like tomorrow somebody could just take it away.
Take it. Yeah.
That's kind of what's been going on.
Wow.
And as I speak now, I'm not going to speak for a fact. So I don't know. Everybody that's following along knows it's close. It's crazy. And so anyway,
Well, so how many more regular season games are there?
oh, I think this is a lot. This is it.
This is the last series, just three
hmm
or four?
Going in. Yeah. Going in with the Diamondbacks. I believe that's it.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, I've been super duper preoccupied myself.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if I'm speaking wrong, I'm sorry. I can't tell you we're playing the Diamondbacks, but I think that's it.
It's coming down the bottle, barrel, whatever. Okay. Well, I had a crazy weekend last weekend. I played a show in Houston on Friday and then jumped on a
Yeah.
plane
How'd that
Saturday morning.
go?
It was
You
cool.
went,
Yeah, I got to play a show or a stage that I had always wanted to play growing up. It's for anybody who's familiar with Houston venues. It was Warehouse Live. We played in the ballroom with some bands we kind of grew up listening to, so that was cool. But yeah, it was awesome. We played a good show, I think, or it felt like we played a good show. And then the next morning, I jumped on a plane super, super early and flew to Iowa for a wedding and then flew back home. And I've been chilling since then. But today we're heading out with Bree, spending the weekend with Bree and all of them. We're playing LJT's Rhymes and Vines Festival tonight in Stephenville with Jack Ingram. And then tomorrow, if you're in the Houston area, head out to Conroe. There's a free festival. I think it's called like Houston Folk Festival or something like that, but it's free. And Bree's playing around like 1 o'clock. So
oh, nice.
yeah, that'll be fun. Nice, easy weekend of some shows.
Yeah. I'm we're hitting the water. We're gonna we're
Yeah.
gonna we're gonna travel down there to the boat ramp, and we're gonna put in. We're gonna travel down by the water, by the jetty,
it's
make a
it's
turn, try
it's
to catch
cooling
some
down a little
fish.
bit, right?
Fishing's been good. We've been on the flounder, and I've been on the trout. It's been really good. So
Well,
it's nice to get out
they're
and
happy because it's 15 degrees cooler than it has been for the last 4 months.
somewhat.
Yeah, it's still hot.
Yeah. Mhm. Anyway, hey, but speaking of cool stuff, I have to I was so proud of Jake Bush. Well, you're in Austin now. So he was on, they were doing the whole like there's this whatever, the news does a show talk about local happenings, whatever. But he was on Channel 2 this
Hmm.
past week because he was playing Pasadena Fair.
Oh, right, right,
And
right.
oh my God, it was just so cool seeing him perform on TV,
Yeah.
and I just loved how he was able to really, really go in detail about our Texas country music
Hmm.
and our scene and what we have going on in our industry. So it was really cool. So way to go, Jake Bush.
Yeah,
And when he talked about
absolutely.
he talked about the song with the Lori Morgan thing that you had talked about
Oh,
also.
right. Yeah, and I can't believe I didn't know that that was a cover. I felt silly for not knowing that. I was surprised you didn't know that either. That
Yeah.
was
So
that one caught me off guard. I think somebody commented on the YouTube for the Texas on Tap and told me that, and I was like, oh, that makes
well,
sense.
that's good. Sometimes we need to do stuff like that. See who's on the ball.
Yeah, it's cool though, because like I guess Lori Morgan was married to Keith Whitley for a
Yes.
while, right? And so
Yes.
I guess maybe that song was about her, inspired by her or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I Keith Whitley's one of the goats, but I'm ashamed to admit I've never really dug into his catalog that much, so maybe it's time to do that.
Oh, you would love it.
Yeah, for sure. I've
You
always
would
just
love
been
it.
a big Conway guy, I guess maybe because he leaned more on the rock side, but
Mhm.
maybe that's what I'll do this weekend on the road.
Oops, I kind of lost. I was pressing buttons and lost you for a minute. Okay, sorry.
Playing a game over there.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, all good. We'll wrap it up. We had who Rye Wolf earlier this week. That was super cool. That guy's really interesting to me because he's I guess it makes sense that he took that many years off after trying to pursue music, and then since he's
Mhm.
come back, it's just like tons and tons and tons of music. It's like three, probably four full albums worth of songs over the last 2 years. So you could spend a couple days or a week catching up on Rye Wolf's catalog if you haven't already. And
Mhm.
then next week we've got Ty Smith coming up, which is really cool. We've been talking about him for quite a while now. We talked about him with Shane Smith, like you mentioned, and um, he's just like fascinating. 15
He
years
is
old.
fascinating. It's going to be interesting. It's just going to be interesting to watch him. But we got him on because everybody needs to get to know him and look
Yeah.
at his music and see what he's doing. And it's just everything's fallen into place for him, and he's got it got it going on.
Yep. And then just to give you all a heads up on other episodes coming up, we've got people like the Stott Brothers, Juliana Rankin, Randall King, and man, there's like 5 or 6 others on the calendar coming up. I can't remember everybody that at the moment. And then obviously in a month or so, we'll be doing all of our um, TCMA awards coverage. So
Mhm.
be looking out for that.
Yeah. And I was thinking I've got to start planning for our Christmas. Ta-da.
Oh yeah, wow. God,
That
it's
was
crazy
fun
that it's that
last
time
year.
of
I
year
don't know.
already.
We need to get out and do something somewhere.
Yeah,
So
we'll make
any
it work. It'll
suggestions
be
would be
cool.
awesome, but I'm excited. That was really fun last year.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. And then we'll probably do the awards again. It seemed like people enjoyed that last
That
year.
was fun. That was fun. It was hard
It was so
because
hard.
I love everybody. It was so hard, but that was fun too. So I can't believe we're already talking about that. But shoot, I mean, it's like this weekend, October rolls in, and you know what happens, and all of a sudden, boom, we're in Fort
The
Worth, and then it's
the
Christmas, and
year's
then it's New
over. Yep.
Year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a good note to end on. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
Cheers.
Cheers.